Source Productions, Alicia. Good morning, sister. Hello, Hal. Good morning.
Can't stop, won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop.
Not the name WTFN. That's funny. Anna Hart. Good morning. Brenda Johnson. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, everybody. Evergreen Hollywood 2008 Wiggins. Good morning. Susan Family, Brother Goku. What's going on? Good morning, everybody. Shout out Roller Dragon. What's going on?
What's next?
Bill Hustler, good morning. Mike Al, good morning, sir. Christopher Shaw, Absolutov, good morning. That was art, no, magnetism. Can't stop, won't stop by magnetism. Y'all stay tuned, man. We got one coming up next.
My world has come together, and maybe I just want to let it shine.
Infinite content, what's going on, brother? Matt Connell Lyons, good morning from Alaska. Shout out to Alaska in the building this morning.
Stepping on necks. Little daddy, cashing big checks. I bought the whole block out, now that's a big flex. Peeping out my Uber window, like what's next? Got new levels and new devils out the wazoo. Ain't no worries, life gets better when you find you. And if you mind you, peace will abide and hide you until it's time to start anew. So live it up, we grown, ain't got no curfew. Who brought the bad vibes? Tell that bitch move. Walking all in my inner, that's a bitch move. Pressed that I arrive, mad that I survive. All your sad attempts to send me to the sky. But I've been in the wind, been had wings, I was always this fly. Oh yes, and that's probably why you're mad. Don't let Evie turn you into a trash bag. So get glad, find out why you sad. All that jealousy, you should subside. I think it's time to turn that mirror on you. Put it up close for a clear view. And look deep down inside. And soon you will find a pretty soul that needs more shine. My world has come to
I don't know if I say shout out Infinite Content. What's going on, Infinite Content?
There is no good or better. I think tonight I'm gonna make it mine. 1, 2, mean right hook. Come and test me, my mom deep will have you shook.
Non-fiction, thank you for your super chat.
No need for speed, but keep your foot up on the
Thank you
gas
so
pedal.
much.
Ain't worried about having a golden
Non-fiction
award.
says just
God
supporting.
made me to be an ice
Appreciate
cold
that. Thank you so
medal.
much.
Why are you always pressed about my life? Talking with your frenemies about me, saying, ooh, girl, have you seen it like the shine lights? You tried, but you could never dim my light. Please know I'm a
Rosie
touchable
Bean,
girl.
Jack,
I'll
good
slip through your
morning.
fingers like a real
Shout
fly
out to
kite.
Justin
Why you wanna
Bonus,
turn a
man.
good
Good
day
morning,
into
Angela
white night?
Lucas. Good
Constantly
morning,
projecting
G.
all the negativity. Take that bad energy and go and get your mind right. Say a prayer tonight to keep it so tight. You in the big world of danger, cause you dwell in that drama. I put the work in, now I got the big bags that you call Birkins.
My girl said, now I got the big bags that you call Birkins.
And maybe I just wanna let it shine.
Shelby Hall, Courtney the SLP, good morning. Happy Tuesday.
I think tonight I'm gonna make it mine.
Everybody, where it's cold at for you, this is for you. Make sure you get your coat, your blanket, your jacket, whatever it is you need to put your ass on this morning.
I remember vividly, etched in my mind like filigree.
Six Dragon Daddy, what's going on?
Living so my kid can eat. I'm chilling deep at the hideout, that's my vicinity. The phone rings, the voice says it's ready for delivery. The message clear my head like antihistamines. Time to do my job, consider me the man of mystery, the secret agent. And you the boss is known to be impatient. She need the package, she says it's so close she can taste it. I saw the look in her eyes, I was unsurprised. Ain't nothing new, already been through this 100 times. She can't settle, hunger strong enough to smash metal. So I slide in the driver's seat and mash the gas pedal. Blast off across the asphalt like NASA shuttles. Cars in front of me, I pass a couple. Then check the rear view to see who's creeping behind me. Eyes in all directions, I'm never stepping blindly.
He's a man and he's taking it to the streets. Just doing
my light went out. Oh no.
Moon shines down like it knows something. I hope it doesn't. I'm at the pickup.
All right, y'all. Y'all welcome back to the stream. My brother from another mother while I'll plug my light up. Benjamin Dixon. Let's roll that intro, David.
The Benjamin Dixon Show is only possible with listener support. Go to www.patreon.com/The BPD Show.
One James DJ exclusive as always. How you doing this morning, brother?
I'm good, bro. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just, I'm in transition and we're getting, getting things together over in Atlanta. So I was like, bro, I am not putting on a blazer today. I'm just not. I'm glad to just even be here, bro. The kind of work, we'll talk about it in the after party, patreon.com/the BPD show or patreon.com/like it or not, man, because we got some stories from this past week that are hilarious. That said, we're going to be joined momentarily by Mike Elk. He is a union reporter for Payday Report, and he's covering all of the strikes that are happening around the country. James, have you heard about the Deere workers, the strikers, the 10,000 workers from Deere that are striking right now? And the management, the management thought that they would be able to just jump in there and put other people in to drive the trucks and drive the forklifts and drive all this union labor equipment. And within the first 3 hours, they had to call 911 because, and I think something caught on fire. It's just it's the absurdity of disregarding the critical value that workers play in our system that management is getting a little taste of this week, or rather this entire month. So solidarity with workers all across the country and all across the world, to be quite honest with you, James.
Right. You know, I didn't hear about that. I thought you were talking about the deer that was on the interstate hauling ass the other day on in Atlanta. That's the deer I thought you saw. I didn't hear about that. Yeah, sorry,
or the deer that used to be in my old backyard, or the deer that's on the side of the road. And listen, man, listen. Georgia is a different kind of country, bro. I got a lot of stories to cover. And we're going to jump into one day, but I want to jump into the one about Black Lives Matter. BPD2 is where I want to go first. But bro, I'm in Florida right now, and it's country. It is country, but it's not Georgia country. Like the bugs and the heat and the flies. And don't get me wrong, I'm coming right back to Georgia. I'm coming right back to Atlanta. But my God, today, I'm so glad to not have to be dealing with an assortment of vermin crawling throughout the house at any given time of the day, man. Scorpions and stuff like that. Y'all wilder in Georgia, bro.
Oh yeah. It's a whole nother kind of thing. And then where I'm staying at, it's deer, wolves. Snakes. Oh yeah. We've seen everything over here. When I tell you,
Tyrannosaurus Rexes too. What?
Man, if you look out, it look like that's what's about to pop out of these bushes over here.
Man, look here. Stranger things have happened, including these end time conspiracy theorists. How'd you like that transition? These end time conspiracy theorists, Tom Horn, says that Black Lives Matter activists are using, quote, satanic energy in order to overcome the Christian influence in America, adding that they literally want to bathe in the blood of Christianity and of believers. I didn't know you wanted to bathe in the blood of Christ. I just wanted to, bathe in some rose petals like on Coming to America. I didn't really want to bathe in the blood of Christians, man.
Not the blood of Christians.
Blood of Christians. The blood of Jesus. Run the clip, David.
You see some of the BLM and other characters out there saying, say their name, say their name. They are invoking the spirits of their dead ancestors to give them a kind of satanic energy in order to overcome the Christian influence that otherwise might be embellished within this country. So at its core, what we're seeing in America today has history behind it that is very much demonic. And that's not just a play on words. So what guided Marx, and the reason that these people wind up becoming so violent, they literally want to bathe in the blood of Christianity and of believers. And this is why you see the heads of those beheaded for their testimony under the altar in heaven, is because it is satanic. It is Luciferian. Right. We will exalt our throne above the throne of God. We will become more like, better than the Most High. So that's what is happening in America right now. It is what is behind the chaos that is both in the government and in the streets.
James, I got to get a light. I'm extra dark skinned today.
It's like, and when I look at you on two different computers, dude, it's like on one computer, you're pretty good. Then I go to the other computer when my camera's plugged up, but then it's just like, oh, he dark today. Darkness, everybody. Darkness.
I'm midnight black today.
I'm like, this man calling me incognito over here.
Because I really don't have a whole lot to say to this clown. I mean,
exactly, dude.
Exactly. I'm more concerned about the fact. I'm more concerned about the fact that I don't have my ring light. You know what I mean? I'm more concerned about the fact that, you know, when I'm walking down my father-in-law's driveway, I got to be really concerned about how the neighbors see me. So I can't just be out there dancing in the streets like I did in my old block, you know, because this clown really does not deserve our intellectual bandwidth. That said, I want to move past this clown because the only, you know, let's bring on a real conversation. Mike Elk. That's what I think of that other guy. Mike Elk is a labor organizer, reporter for Payday Report. He's been on the show before. And one of the things I love most about you, Mike, is your accent. How are you doing with that accent this morning?
We're doing okay. I don't know how yins are doing that.
Now, wait a minute. Did you put it on extra? No, you didn't. Because that's how you. Whenever I talk with you, that's how you sound, man. How's it going on the union?
Good.
Front?
You know, it's funny. I'm out here in LA. I was covering all this stuff happening with IATSE, and I said to someone the other night, I said, "Oh, what do yins think of this?" And they said, "Who's yins?" And I said, "Well, yins are yins." And they're like, you know, we say instead of y'all, we say yins.
Yeah.
And you know, these Mexican folks were looking at me like, did he just say some sort of swear word at us?
Wait a minute, you were about to get canceled for your accent? Man, listen, you got to be careful out here. You never know. Cancel culture is really strong right now. No, it's really not.
Right.
Yeah, well, you know what? I wish I was back in Pittsburgh today. The big news this morning is Summer Lee, the first black state rep from Western PA, a real progressive fighter, just announced she's running for Congress. And already in her first ad, she attacked U.S. Steel for environmental waste and busting unions, which isn't something we've really seen before. So kind of wish I was back there for the fireworks today. But, you know, there's a lot happening right now in the labor movement. There was a big struggle here. There still might be a struggle here against the major studios over the overwork issue. And a lot of these big film studios, they're making folks work 16, 18-hour days. Often, sometimes, regularly, working 14, 16-hour days, sometimes 18-hour days on these film sets. And, there was supposed to be a resolution in this contract, in this tentative agreement approached by IATSE about, creating a situation where workers wouldn't have to work those kind of hours. And after the pandemic, people just aren't willing to do that kind of work anymore. People took time off during the pandemic. They took care of their families, and they started to realize, our jobs really burn us out. Maybe there are better alternatives. And this is something we're seeing just not in, film production, but, in the most recent numbers from August, over 700,000 people quit the retail sector for other sectors. We're seeing, something like 3 million people a month change jobs. It's a very loose labor market, but part of it is that, one, a lot of people went out of the workforce, 2 million more people retired, 3 million more people quit their jobs to take care of their kids. And, we're seeing a huge, a lot of people are dealing with disability issues from COVID. So we're seeing a huge issue. And so we're seeing strikes all over.
Right.
This is part of a big trend. We have a strike tracker at Payday Report. We've tracked 1,600 strikes since the beginning of the pandemic.
Wow.
In the past year, we've tracked over 400. And that's what we know about, because oftentimes we'll find videos on TikToks of kids, doing like roll out of a McDonald's. And we'll be like, we want to put it on the strike tracker, except y'all should have tagged the McDonald's in here.
Yeah.
So that we could figure out the address. We don't know where this place is. So that's one of our criteria.
Mike, let me jump in there, because this is Striketober. Right. And I think a lot of people just would not know, though, if not for the deer strikers, 10,000 of them striking this week and bringing this level of attention to it, I don't think people would know about any of the strikes that are going on. Why is it that the average person, who they themselves probably could very well be involved with something as simple as and it's not even simple, organizing your McDonald's, do that and walk out, do what you got to do. But why is it that people who would participate on that, they would not know that there's a broader tapestry of strikers happening all around the country, like you all are tracking at Payday Report? Well,
because one, there's not really many labor beats on reporters on the beat anymore tracking this stuff. So, it goes by the wayside. But not only that, I think the big issue right now is that, this has really captured the public imagination. There have been strikes at places like Nabisco and Frito-Lay and Kellogg and now John Deere. Those are big name brand companies. But every day we're seeing retail workers walk out of their jobs, even without the support of unions. It's just the way that covering the labor movement happens is, you really have to be paying attention to a lot of little struggles in a lot of workplaces. Maybe, like 7 or 8 people in this workplace here, 8 or 9 people in that workplace here. And unfortunately, that's not the way the media is set up. Now that there's these big name brand household, Americana names like Kellogg and John Deere and possibly the Hollywood studios, now, the media is really, really paying attention.
Good.
And it's been, quite fascinating as I'm even sitting here watching, the Striketober clips come up to see the media and to see, mainstream outlets say American workers are on the march again. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. No, it's an inflection point, Mike. I think we're an inflection point in this country. And I think you pinpointed the exact cause. I think the American people expected the American government to do a whole lot better by us during this pandemic. And when the people realized that we were on our own, they said, fine, we know how to handle this. We don't have to work for you. Not during a pandemic. We don't have to slave away at your slave wages. I want to play this first clip, and it's from the Recount. They're doing great work. This is the second clip that we played from them directly today. So I want to make sure we give Recount a shout out. But here's pretty much a summary, if I'm not mistaken, David, of the different strikes that are happening across the country. Let's take a quick look at that.
At Striketober. 10,000 employees of John Deere, members of the United Auto Workers Association, are on strike.
Memphis Kellogg workers plan to strike today.
The union representing film and television crews says its 60,000 members will strike Monday.
Workers at Heaven Hill Distillery are now in their 4th week of their demonstrations.
Local iron workers union is looking for better benefits and higher wages, and now they're walking the picket line to prove it.
St. Vincent Hospital reportedly declares an impasse on negotiations in the hospital's months-long nurses' strike.
Coal miners in one community have been pushing for better wages and benefits. They've been on strike now for months.
In California and Oregon, 24,000 nurses and other healthcare workers at Kaiser Permanente voted to authorize a strike over pay and better working conditions.
We are now in day 18 of the RTC bus driver strike.
Mike, workers of the United States unite.
Yeah, and it's at a point now where people feel like they have a lot of advantage, that employers are scared. I'm going around downtown Pittsburgh and I see bars with signs in their windows saying they'll pay people a $500 hiring bonus if they stay a month. Employers are desperate to find folks, and
hold out for 1,000 people. Hold out. No, y'all better go get that 500. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry. I'm out of pocket.
Well, but I'm even hearing on the radio. I'm hearing on the radio. Amazon is now offering $1,000 hiring bonuses, and they're claiming that they're raising their wages to $18 an hour. And you're seeing CVS raise their wages and PNC Bank, And I think after the pandemic, we had 700,000 people die.
Right.
Whenever there's been events like that in American history, if you look at the Civil War, the modern labor movement was founded by Civil War veterans that came back and said, well, we fought for free labor. What do we have to go back and be treated this way for?
Right.
And if you look at World War II, which, 1946 is a record year in America for strikes when people came home from the war. After any period of mass sacrifice in American history, there's always been a period where folks have demanded a lot more. And I think this is certainly going to be one of them, because so many folks, we have an interview coming out with Boots Riley, and Boots Riley said to me that the biggest mistake the ruling class ever made was coming up with the phrase essential workers.
Shout out to Boots Riley. I would love to get him on the show. Please tell him that despite the flash and all the veneer, we pretty much are in solidarity, complete in total solidarity. Tell him come on the Benjamin Dixon Show. Now, that said, I have one more clip, Mike. I want you to take a look at before we get out of here, because you actually set it up already. It's the film workers who are striking, and I mean, there's plenty of stories of what's happening in the film industry in Georgia that has one-for-one analog with what's happening in LA. Let's take a look at that clip.
Hollywood narrowly averted a strike that could have shuttered film and TV productions across the country. Union negotiators at the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees struck a deal with the major studios Saturday afternoon, just over 24 hours ahead of a deadline that would have prompted the shutdown.
From a broad look at this deal, the tentative agreement includes wage increases for people on the bottom of the pay scale, along with those involved in streaming. Plus, it addresses meal breaks and longer rest periods between workdays and on the weekend. IATSE members will be given a fuller breakdown early this week, and then they'll vote on whether to ratify the agreement.
The tentative agreement provides a 54-hour weekend and 10-hour turnaround time between shifts for all workers on all productions, as well as retroactive wage increases of 3% annually. The contract must still be ratified by the membership, which likely will not occur for several weeks at minimum, if not a couple of months. IATSE leadership is characterizing the deal as a success. The workers, however, seem to disagree. Many members of IATSE say they will vote against ratifying a new contract with the studios because it does not do enough to address working conditions on set. One member even saying, quote, "I feel like our leadership has let us down again."
Mike, you've been covering this. Help us to understand the friction that's happening there.
Well, the pension plan of IATSE was in a lot of trouble. And one of the things that, instead of agreeing to limit the overtime hours, which was the main concern of the strike, now the studios simply have to give people a 10-hour break. So they can work you 18 hours and then say, oh, great, after working 18 hours, go home, lay down, try to get some rest, and come back in another 10. I mean, that's outrageous, 8-hour day, people fought for that,
That's right.
And, it's outrageous to think of that kind of deal. But, what it is you have, a certain type of company unionism here. And so we're seeing a mass outpouring of opposition to this contract. You have a group on Instagram called IA_stories, which is a big rank and file group of 160,000 followers. And they've come out against the deal. And in many ways, I wrote to our readers last night because we're trying to get more funding to cover these wildcat strikes. I wrote and I said, it reminded me heavily of West Virginia teachers' strike when the union came back with a deal and workers said not enough. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. There's already talks of wildcat strikes. There was a pre-planned wildcat strike tomorrow against Netflix over the treatment of some trans employees there who've spoken up against Dave Chappelle. They were retaliated against after airing some concerns about Dave. That's going to be interesting to see what happens with that and, what kind of other issues pour into this, because obviously they're taking a very intersectional approach. And then on top of that, it's going to be a long ratification process. Typically, when you get a union contract, they try to bring it back to the members to vote on whether or not to ratify it within a week or two. That's what happened at John Deere. Initially, the UAW, the union leaders, wanted the workers at John Deere to accept the contract, and they voted overwhelmingly not to accept it, and they told the union leaders they want to strike anyhow. And so I think we're seeing a movement very similar to the beginnings of the Red for Ed movement 3 years ago, where people are being a lot more militant, people are much more connected to other workers. I mean, I'm in a lot of these union Facebook groups, and workers from one plant will talk to workers from another plant, and we're having those kind of cross-movement dialogues that I don't think we would necessarily be able to have even 10 years ago. And that's a lot of what happened during the teachers' strike, when teachers from West Virginia helped inspire teachers from Oklahoma and Arizona.
Right. That was a good time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had a great time. We flew all over there. And so we're out in
Mike,
Hollywood this week talking to folks and figuring out what's going on. Mm-hmm.
Let me jump in there only because we're coming up at the end of the hour, and I want to dovetail the conversation and make sure that there's no disconnect, because we speak unapologetically about Black issues, and I see no separation between workers' issues and Black issues, because when I drive through the I-10 corridor through the South, I see nothing but manufacturing plants, car manufacturing, the Kia plant. You go in Jackson, Mississippi, you got the Nissan plant, and you got in Georgia, you got the Alabama, the Amazonians that are in Alabama. You got Amazon plants everywhere, and all of the people working in these plants, everywhere I see in the South, they're all Black. So would you just tie in that the connectivity with a few moments that we have left, because I just don't see a separation between workers' issue and Black issues, because Black folks are workers out here. I know you're a white man, but I'm pretty sure you're adept at speaking to that.
Well, I'm Jewish, so
there you go.
Asterisk there.
There you go.
Asterisk on white. But anyhow, I think unions, people forget they're not about wages, they're about respect, right? And if you look at the numbers, African Americans are twice as likely to support unions as white Americans because of the issues of respect on the job. And I think all too often we see the class reductionists try to boil this down to just wage and hour, when it's really about respect and a sense of dignity on the job. And if you look at what's happening, particularly these retail worker walkouts, they're heavily in African American communities. There's Black TikTok is really driving a lot of this movement. Unions haven't really done much to encourage these retail walkouts. But, if you look at Black TikTok in particular, it's really driven these. And you're looking now, I mean, I'm seeing, you saw there was a school bus strike of Black drivers in Savannah. There have been issues with DeKalb. There have been a bunch of municipalities, small municipalities I've seen throughout the South, in places like Greenville, Mississippi, where Black employees are walking out. And I think, if you look at what happened with BLM, and I think BLM plays such a big role in driving this movement, and we've shown that, we've shown, the month after George Floyd, there were over 600 strikes in this country in 1 month. And, we're looking at 400 in the past year. So I really think, one lesson for the labor movement to really learn is we really have to do more to encourage, striking over race. I mean, last summer when there were the NBA strikes, I thought, there's going to be this huge ripple effect in all these other industries. And the labor movement did nothing to sort of say, hey, let's walk out too with the NBA players,
That's right.
Like all the other sports. And so I think, now like the John Deere story, you look at it, I mean, there've been 700,000 retail workers quit in the last, in August, right? There's 10,000 John Deere workers on strike. It's 10,000 white guys in the middle of America. That's a narrative they really like a lot, at a name brand company. But you're seeing far more than 10,000 Black workers walk off of retail jobs every month. So it goes to show you how things are being covered.
There it is. Wow, I had no idea how important that last question was going to be, because therein lies the solution. I've got to find these Black TikTokers who are striking, and we want to bring them on the show and make sure that we put forward the narrative that this is being driven by Black workers who are just saying, hey, this is technology and we have the right to be respected. Mike Elk, Payday Report, Union Organizing Labor Reporter. Thank you so much for all the coverage that you're doing, man.
Thank you for having me on. See you later.
All right, take care, man. Listen, DJ Exclusive, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back after this, we're coming back with Rebecca Azor and Like It or Not. And I'm looking forward to hearing Like It or Not. It's about to go down. James, it's in your hands, man. Get us out of here.
Can't stand you, man. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, man. We got more show coming up next. Rebecca Azor is coming up next with Like It or Not. Y'all stay tuned. Good morning again, everybody. Get your coffee, your tea. Get your coffee, your tea, your beverage, your food, whatever it is you need. Get your morning started. Like we're not coming up next. Y'all stay tuned.
Every day is just the beginning. Take it to the bank, now I'm winning.
more chance for me to win it, yeah.
Good morning, Mom and Daddy. You ain't said nothing to me. Yeah, and I know sometimes. Anywho, good morning, Mom and Daddy. I know you out there somewhere watching this song. Good morning to you if y'all not sleeping.
Every mountain, keep both eyes on the top, and nothing's gonna tell me to stop. Oh, push me through the fire. All I'm gonna feel is the heat burning underneath of my feet. Tell me lies, it won't stop me, watch me rise. No more anchors holding me down. All I need is more. One more hour, one more minute, one more chance for me to win it. Every time I try, I catch it. I know how to make it happen.
Oh, y'all, I forgot to tell y'all. Good morning, Mama. Probably she popped in there and said something. Hey, y'all, I told my doctor I heard a little buzzing. But she said it's just the bug that's going around, so it's okay.
All I need is more.
And for Halloween, a witch's vehicle goes broom, broom.
All I need is more. All I need is all I need.
I got trust issues too. Like, I just don't trust theirs. They're always up front. Man, y'all wonder about the song as well too. So I used to play piano by ear, but now I use my hands. Good morning, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all stay.
I got an appetite, let's bake ourselves
is coming in momentarily, y'all. So
what you've been mixing, serve it up the way you please. I love the way you shake, you stir, you heat, you squeeze. So thick, push up and butter me.
Starshawn Sun Dragon, you already know it, Starshawn. Get ready, it's about to go down.
We don't need a recipe. With that cream, baby, pour that sweet on
What's gonna
me.
be good?
Baby, shade up, we can cook up, we can syrup, when we hook up just you
Y'all is
and me. With that cream, with that, preheat this oven up like 5,000 degrees. It's almost ready, we've been craving this all week. Baby, you want it, I got it. I'm hooked on you like phonics. Gotta be honest, you're on it, and this ain't no time to be modest. Poke that, push that, shake that, girl, take your last name, let's hyphenate it. We don't need a recipe. With that cream, baby, pour that sweet on me.
John, you absolutely right, John. I'll be so damn happy with my dad. He's going in there. Luke Kane. Bye, Luke Kane. Good night. Yeah, Miss Little Miss, good morning. She's Ginger 321, good morning. Dragon Daddy, go away. Hey, y'all. Also, my boss told me to have a good day. So I went home. The hell?
We can cook up, we can stir up, when we hook up just you and me. With that cream. With that cream, baby. Pour that sweet on me. Baby, shade it. We can cook up, we can stir up, when we hook up just you and me. With that cream.
Well, we go get a song ready here. As we still waiting for Rebecca, y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. That damn song, boy, I swear. Y'all stay tuned. Rebecca is joining us momentarily. I'm just waiting for her to say she here, and I can go ahead and drop this song for these little 2 minutes and get her done.
Somewhere on the sea. It got a little longer, so it seems.
All right.
I burned out, so to speak. Now come a little closer. I feel a little light in the light track.
All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. Let's go ahead and do the damn thing and get the show started. So here we go.
Yeah.
I still got to trim this down.
Y'all know what time it is. Good morning, y'all. Get your coffee, your tea, drink whatever it is you need. It's time for Like It or Not, y'all. 9 a.m. to 10:30, yeah. Like It or Not is on your channel, yeah. Politics and culture, change like we're supposed to, yeah. Interviews and all the news, we get to choose what gets the views. Like It or Not with Queen Azor, get started now, so stick around.
Like it or not, it's going down. Like it or not, y'all stick around. Oh, Rebecca Azor is coming through. You know she got a good story for you. Oh, Benjamin, that's my dog. This is his show. He's a politics bro. I am your DJ. DJ exclusive.
XOXO Bob. My gosh. Rebecca, that's rude as hell, girl.
I stay dropping them jams.
Like it or not, it's going down. Like it or not, y'all stick around. Oh, like it or not, it's starting now. Like it or not, it's about to go down.
Like It or Not with Benjamin Dixon starts now.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, people.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning and welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth.
Not care who doesn't like it. It looks like I'm the lit one this morning.
Yeah, my lighting is a little questionable today.
Yeah, usually I'm pretty like the weird in and out. It's probably gonna do it for real because all this light behind me. It's bright out here in Atlanta this morning. How y'all doing? I missed y'all
It looks like you're
yesterday.
sitting outside the throne room of heaven.
Yeah,
It's like
you know.
behind you is like the holy.
with a little lean on the side because the camera is leaning. I see it right now. It's just leaning. But
With
that's
a little bit of gangster lean.
Mine lean all the damn time. I done extended these poles like 1,000 times, and I'm still sitting here in this bitch with a gang. Stay sitting here with a gangster lean like this. Rebecca, look.
Look, I know. Look, and it's like I tried to prop it up on one leg, and then it just be sliding on the other. I'm like, whatever you're gonna get is what you're gonna get on this morning.
That's it.
Hey, they just better be glad we here this morning because we doing 50 dozen jobs. I'm out here 41 years old moving furniture stuff. What I look like? I mean, yeah, but anyway, I digress. Rebecca, I actually wanted to come to you before I talk about me because you know it's always about me. Because we just got through talking with Mike Elk about labor and people striking, and the first thing I thought of was you because you forever organizing somebody on your head job.
So I ain't gonna tell y'all how. Look, so I ain't gonna tell y'all how. And good morning to the audience. I missed you guys, but I'm not gonna tell you guys how. Remember, I was talking about my family member being placed into a cubicle farm of possible COVID carriers. And I didn't like it because I was like, okay, what would be the reason why you would want your employees to be in office? So I took to the powers that be in Twitter, and I just had the conversation or whatever, and they wrote me back, and they never used that page. They never used this corporation. Never.
Do you want to call? You don't want to call their name?
We can call them out. CarMax. They never.
They
used
got
that
back. They got back to you.
So they wrote me. But remember, I said, why would you have them in office due to training? And from what I know, there's no training being done. And they were like, well, we want to have our associates closer to us to answer any questions they may have.
I'm good.
Right. So I said, questions and training. So my sister was like, she doesn't want to lose her job. She's afraid. Right. So she was like, Beck, I can't lose my job. And I understand that with everything in me. I understand that. So I said, oh, you want me right? You want me right the bag? She was like, just. And then, so I guess they saw the little, numbers and the conversations flowing underneath it. And they saw the action going on with their name.
Account. Yeah.
So all of a sudden they were like, you guys can go home.
So what?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. I didn't know you should have prefaced this by saying you had a praise report. God dang it.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hot damn. I gotta recap that for people who may have missed it. I know y'all caught it. Can y'all send up some lions in the chat and celebrate Rebecca Azor, always out there just being a rebel rouser? You won't leave these people alone.
No, I won't. And if if God don't do it, it won't be done. Now he's gonna do it through me. He's gonna do it through me. And I might, it might come with a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, get ready, because I'm letting my hair down. I'm coming through like, listen, what's up? And when it comes to my family, I really saw the depression. I passed by to pick something up, forgetting that she was in office. And I felt so bad for her because she's going through a lot. On top of that, she's had COVID before. And so her fear, she has this fear, like literally, but she's like, I can't lose my job. So when I picked something up from her, I parked all the way in the back. I made her like reach out to me, and I put it in a bag. And I said, I don't want to be seeing you like this. I don't want to be acting like this with you. You know what I mean? Like, I want to make sure you're okay. And she just looked at me and she just started crying from the parking lot. And that's when I went to y'all. Like, I don't like to see that. And then for the other people that I seen just coming out, and it almost reminded me, Ben, of, I ain't gonna tell you how, when I was my sister had got me a job there for 3 days about 5 years ago, and I worked there for 3 days, and I got in trouble every day. Every single day. And
Rebecca stays starting mess, James.
Yeah,
always.
I had just graduated with my master's degree, and after 3 days, I got a job. Praise God. I was like, get me out of this place, because I'm going to burn it to the ground. But it reminded me when I worked there, the depression that people had, but the idea that if I work harder, it's going to be smarter because I'm going to get so much money. But the conversations that I used to listen to then was, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be with my kids tonight. I gotta make sure my kid has somebody watching them. But I'm gonna be working overtime, get that money, not to spend it. And they were afraid to use their time off. And that's what really, really disturbed my spirit. I'm looking at these people come out of this place, and at the corporation that I work for, they call it the building the green monster. You go in and your energy gets sucked out of you for the rest of the day. And that's all I could see. And I'm like, and there was no reason, because as soon as they put them in there, they took them out and sent them home, because they understood there was no reason. There was no reason for them to be held captive we're in the pandemic.
It's control, though.
Captive. Yes, it's
control. They are willing to risk the lives of all of their employees in order to be able to control and micromanage them. And here's the thing. These managers who are executing this program, they ain't making all that kind of money in order to be, class traders and putting their employees. But before I go off on my tirade, Rebecca, I just got to come full circle. So you mean to tell me that when you tweeted to CarMax and you said, hey, what's good? It started a conversation on social media, and CarMax got involved in the conversation, and They read everything that you said, and lo and behold, they fixed the problem that you tweeted about.
And the conversations of other people underneath. There were other people having conversations. And I'm not saying that the CarMax tweet that I did went viral, but it went viral enough. If enough people are having the conversation, then, you know, that's it. I don't need 1,000 people to be a part of the conversation, but I need people to have a true conversation, something that's more than just whatever everybody else is trending on social media, but their true experiences. And that's what you read in the comment section. I think that's what they read. And when I looked at what they wrote back, I'm like, ooh, they know they put their foot in their mouth, right? Because I literally just said they're there for training. But what training is being had? And then they responded, and there was no training. They didn't talk about training. They just said, we want to have them close to us to better answer their questions. And then told me to tell my sister to contact them. I said, you think I'm boo-boo, the fool?
Right. What? What?
I am not.
Y'all not gonna fire her today.
No, they will not. And
plus they on their last leg anyway. What CarMax got, like 3 cars left?
Don't sleep on CarMax.
Don't sleep on CarMax.
There's people out there purchasing. Now I am.
Yeah, because Q just got one from that other day. So yeah,
don't, man, they better stop. Carvana,
shout out to Carvana though, because
Carvana coming up on their butts.
Told me no money down.
Man,
I said, bless God, no money down for me and my credit.
I hate all these corporations.
They tried to screw me up with that interest rate. I'm like, man, y'all smoking some good crack. Yes.
Oh yeah,
They
yes,
had me on the lowest interest rate of my life, but that's because I fasted and I prayed. I fasted and I prayed before I got that.
God.
Like, Father, I know you've done it for others, but take my 530 credit score and help me get a low. Oh, geez.
Hello, somebody. Receive it.
Speaking of preachers,
you better juxtapose.
Man, listen, I'm earning my money's worth this week. I'm earning my whatever. I don't know, but no, let's do it. There's our favorite prophet, Robin Bullock, our hero sound, and he's going after Anthony Fauci over the vaccine, and he's calling Fauci a serpent and a rat who has had his appearance distorted by a demonic spirit or something like that, because as my producer said in the notes, we really have no idea what the hell he's talking about. Here is Robin Bullock. I hear a sound.
There's a serpent that has sent his inbred servant to surround and siege the church. What's his name? Fauci.
Oh.
Wow.
He's a serpent. And that's all he is. But he's also a rat. And he will be fed to a serpent.
He's a rat because he's such a...
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I'm just going to go ahead and say this. You ever see a spirit? Anybody in deliverance knows this. You ever see a spirit take hold of somebody, it shapes their looks. That's
Look at
Fauci.
You.
Just in case you thought I was
He said something right there. He's like, ta-da!
That's Fauci. It has taken him till it turned his looks.
Background.
Spirits do that.
What spirit got you though? Because Dr. Fauci like 90 years old, bro. He look pretty dang on good. You like in your 30s and you looking like death.
Is he in his 30s?
No.
He could be 21 as far as we know.
Still get it right.
Listen. White supremacy age you like nothing. Go ahead, Rebecca.
Yeah. So my thing is, this is now a show.
Yeah.
It's a clown show. It's a circus.
It is.
Because when we look at this, there's no he thought that he was saying something. He said that, and to be a Christian, since, all of us have backgrounds in the Lord's, in the church, especially the Black church. All of us are
only
on
the Black
on
church
the show right now. Right. Only the Black church.
Now,
I've dabbled
all the
over
white
there
supremacist
at the
church.
Song of Hill, but we ain't gonna get there at the Songs of Hills. But honestly, when I see this, I see and I hear a sound. I hear a sound that doesn't come from the Lord. I hear a sound that's misinformation. I hear a sound that's very dangerous rhetoric that not only comes from places like our previous administration, which was the White House, with Donald Trump, and it doesn't only come from those places. It doesn't only come from the the white supremacist streets. It doesn't only come from that.
You working hard to not cuss in this place today.
See, okay.
Come from those spaces. It also
My
comes
mama
from,
appreciates it.
It also comes from the church where they're supposed to be encouraging, loving, leading. But this is telling you you better pick a side, and it's outside. And churches do tell you to pick a side subliminally, right? They'll subtweet, they'll say things, whatever. But this right here is telling you to pick a side of destruction and to lead the charge and being responsible for those hundreds of thousands of people who have lost their lives to COVID-19.
My God.
So and when we hear this play out, this theatrics, because he's getting a check for every single time he gets up here and he does this, and he hears the sound, and he calls people like Fauci a rat. What does that mean? When we hear rat, when the streets say rat, well, they say that's a snitch. So when you're saying that him giving the actual information that's scientifically proven is him being a snitch, information that can save the world is him being a snitch. I don't get it. So here you are putting this rhetoric out there. And I think that it's very, very dangerous, and it will continue to be very, very dangerous, because we know what what believers are like. And it's not only Christianity, it's whatever you believe in. That group of people, sorry, my braces, y'all.
What the hell was that?
You woke up and chose violence this morning, didn't you, girl? God damn.
So that group of people are usually those ones who are very problematic sometimes when our beliefs start to become very dangerous. Like what we believe, it will become dangerous. And that's in a lot of different religions. But right here, what we see in this white supremacist olden days type of thing, but with the new Billy Ray Jesus type of swag, because we got our pastors that are new and swagged out with their little
they getting on my nerves too. I ain't gonna lie.
But we're gonna
leave them alone today.
But it's funny because it's not even only, and I told you guys this from the get-go, it's not even only the white ones, right? We got some people in our community who are leading the charge as well in their churches, and saying that God will be your mask.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something like Andrew Caldwell. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. Wear your mask.
Word. WURR. Word.
Word. MASS. Word.
Man.
Your mask.
Word your mask.
And you will be delivered. Trust me.
Oh man. Well, Rebecca, let's go to this next clip. And I'm glad she did, because there's someone who needs rhetorical, literal, figurative, allegorical violence. I had to make sure it's clear, because this is a sitting senator.
Oh God.
Lindsey Graham is going to be in need of some rhetorical, lyrical violence this morning, because there's a clip that he's attacking immigrants, and the way he's attacking them is one of the most insidious forms of it's just disgusting. Run the clip for me, David.
Hotel clerks are well-off Brazilians who are scamming and playing a game. They've got better luggage than I do. When we went through the in-processing station, these were upscale luggage, no dirt on their shoes. They fly into Cancun. They fly to a friend or relative already in the United States. This is offensive.
Oh my!
It is a bunch of bullshit.
No, let's keep this.
Oh really?
So real quick, just one thing to comment for context. That picture at the end, the picture of the shoes, he took that himself. If you look at the corner, Senator Lindsey Graham in the at the facility, he took a picture of someone's shoes.
And they're Pumas, and not to say,
and don't even have shoestrings in them.
Yeah,
she doesn't even have shoestrings in them. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rebecca.
No, you're fine. There was another clip that I actually saw, and I wish we had that one instead of him talking about the influx of Brazilians that are going to come, or people that are going to stop in
Brooklyn
Brazil,
accent,
or whatever.
They're going to come in.
They're going to come in, and they're going to be wearing like all these different name brands, and then they're going to try to come in here and take from America. So whatever conversation he was having, which is similar to what he just said. And the little heifer on the side that's laughing at the expense of people who are coming for for their freedoms. And to say for Lindsey Graham to make this statement, I don't understand why they can't fathom that people don't want to leave their countries, but because of the constant nosiness of the US and the constant abuse that the US does to these countries, right? So they're gonna come over here and see what the US is talking about. This land of the free, right? This melting pot that is accepting and that loves everybody and that is full of different colors and all of that. They're gonna come here and try to get their freedoms. They're gonna come here and try to be safe. They're gonna come here and try to save the lives of their family. A lot of times, and I want to point out this too, a lot of times of these immigrants or these asylum seekers, a lot of times back in the day, remember I told you guys, we have a thing that we call the doom. And we put all these clothes in it, and they could be Pumas, they could be stuff from like a college that the people don't even go to, and we send them to our family members. And when we send them to our family members, they wear them. Okay, they put them on. So when they're traveling, they need to be clean and nice too. Who said they gotta look like what they've been through? Who said they gotta like what they've been through?
Come on, somebody.
Now, but this is still so dangerous for this to come out and to be a joke. It's a joke. It's funny to him. And for him to have taken this picture of somebody, who knows if that's just a regular person, probably not even going through nothing. And he's seen that, and he assumes his assumptions. Oh, not only his assumptions, but the fact that he's a prejudice. He's prejudging folks, not knowing if this person or that person is going through, but just because how the person looks, and maybe because their skin had a tinge of brown in it, they had to be somebody who was seeking asylum.
Just a drop, one drop of melanin,
just a drop.
God.
It's very problematic. And run Puma, they check because that's a good shoe.
Puma run us a check because I got one on my damn shirt today.
So don't be staying Puma on this channel too. God dang, we stay in Puma a lot.
We be staying in Puma. Run us a check so we ain't got to. Hey, y'all got to check. What time y'all got to clock in later on, man? Anyway, I digress. Let's keep moving, man. We cooking with hot grease this morning, man. A couple more stories, and then I'm gonna get completely out the way, and we do whatever y'all want to do. The war on Christmas has already started. I don't know if you guys realize it, in the midst of this war. And actually, no, I got to go back. Hold on, David. Before you play that clip, you said something, Rebecca, that jumped out and smacked me in the face, talking about the reason they come here. Right. I almost moved too quickly. They come here exactly like you said, America intervening into their politics, right? In their local country, in their home country. And they come here looking for that peace. They can't get peace in their country because of all the stuff that's going on. It's not just America. America's not the only actor on the international stage. There's other countries that are involved, especially when we're talking about Haiti, right? And you think about the comfort that we have. Like, one thing I never have to worry about, I got a lot going on. Y'all got a lot going on. One thing none of us in the United States of America has to worry about is a drone flying overhead and dropping a bomb on us, right? And so these are the conditions that are happening outside of our borders that are pushing all of the asylum seekers to us. So of course, and then Rebecca, last but not least, why they got to look like what they've been through? Why Lindsey Graham need these people coming and begging and screaming only to send them back? It's because they're sociopaths and they get joy out of seeing people who are miserable. So anyway, that's all I got to say about that. The war on Christmas, unless y'all got something else. The war on Christmas is promoted by Fox News. It is a marketing plan. And just like Christmas, like when did y'all first see some signs of Christmas? Because I've already started to see some.
You talking about my accent? Why do you say Christmas like that?
How did I say it? Christmas.
Christmas.
Because I'm country. What's we talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm from Mississippi.
You black
Rebecca
Americans
says it's Christmas.
It's like white. That's why I like to say white man. That white man on my screen. Why I got a
white?
Well, you know I'm a Harvey, right? You know I might actually be related to Steve Harvey. So you know he said white man.
You probably are. You know, white Christmas. Christmas.
Well, you set up the damn story. You get in the document.
For Christmas.
I like that one. What you got again?
Gonna get that boy. Hey, a little bit of this, and then a whole lot of that. She want a little bit of this, and
But
want a
before,
whole.
okay, so
Okay, I'm
before we
sorry,
do
y'all.
this, I just want you guys to see.
We don't even have to do the story. Go ahead.
How Christmas
Crema.
literally is pulling up at, if you go to the, I thought that we had an opportunity and a chance this time. So I said, okay, I set my place up in September to give she looked like she was giving Grinch. She was giving Grinch more than Joe Biden was for there. But no, y'all, I set my place up in September for Thanksgiving, yada yada yada. And I'm like, dang, okay, great. Like, for fall season, I went to the store, everything was fall. Like back in the days when we were younger, how it just used to flow with the months.
Yeah.
I think that they were so challenged with, oh, y'all just staying on fall. No, we have to push everything in their face at one time. I went back to the store, y'all. It was giving Thanksgiving, Halloween, and Christmas and the first
same time
of the year.
Yeah.
All at the same time.
So they're gonna have y'all buying Christmas decorations in September.
I almost felt compelled.
Gwen already got
to purchase.
Gwen already done made wreaths and everything. I talked to her yesterday. What you doing? Oh, in the garage making a wreath.
Wait.
Mama,
I'm Mama,
it's a Halloween wreath. No, Bubba, it's for Christmas. Damn, Mama, we ain't got the Halloween yet.
Yeah,
man. My family is ready. They stay ready, bro. They about to start decorating next week, probably.
Yeah, I almost listen to Christmas music, and usually I wait till November for Christmas music. But I was like, Lord, I'm feeling a little bit of.
I need a little bit. Oh no! Someday at Christmas, there won't be boys.
I was getting that in my shanana, and I had to say, "Devil, I rebuke you." This is
too
not
soon.
Season.
It's too soon.
Christmas
It's
is
too
not
soon.
upon us yet, and I want to experience Christmas when I'm supposed to. I need to be thankful that Thanksgiving is coming up.
Right.
At least there.
They want us to go spend some money. You gotta understand. They gotta get us. You see, go back to that cargo ship, because that cargo ship got a whole bunch of junk on it that they need you to buy.
And they just stuck out there. Let me go.
Get ready for a Black Monday sale, and I'm like, why are we already on a Cyber Monday sale? Why are we already doing that when what I never?
Because those white folks on your screen got to get paid.
I said I never knew that Halloween was coming up, like with that kind of. I know they had that Black Friday sale on Halloween. I thought it was just Christmas and Thanksgiving, but now it's y'all in another conversation. Sorry, see, the mind is working crazy right now, y'all.
Well, hang on, but are you because I think it'd be. Is it tied into this? Because I want to play the clip.
It will tie into this. No, but
okay,
you go ahead and play.
Work your magic.
We'll tie.
All right, let's play the clip. Play the clip so that we can see the war on Christmas.
Biden who stole Christmas.
Christmas canceled? We're looking that way right now.
Holiday gifts in jeopardy.
Presents for your kids may not arrive on time or even at all.
Everything from holiday gifts and decorations to Rice Krispie treats.
No presents under the Christmas tree.
Who's going to save Christmas for Americans?
Could Florida save Christmas?
Christmas is 10 weeks away.
The White House, the administration is trying to protect the president from being the Grinch who stole Christmas.
The supply chain crunch that threatens to spoil the holiday season. There will be things that people can't get.
Toys not getting shipped.
Toys like Tonka trucks.
Tonka trucks, My Little Pony, Care Bears.
It's the type of things that make or break a Christmas.
Lincoln Logs, Care Bears, Tonka trucks, My Little Pony.
We've showed you the kind of trek from the Care Bear in a factory in China to the store in Massachusetts.
Well, this is the Togetherness Care Bear, and everybody needs to be together, and everybody needs a hug. They're going to be harder to find.
If people can't get bacon and people can't get a Tonka toy, that would be Joe Biden's.
Who the hell plays with Tonka toys still?
I had to really. I'm totally shocked. I had to really stare at the screen for 2 seconds and say, "They're doing this again." This was last year's script, and it's so funny. They don't give a damn because I wish y'all paid me to do this. I really did. I really do.
Because they don't even do propaganda good. Well, no, actually they
ridiculous.
They do
right.
good.
I will give y'all a lot of hair slings. I'll get upset for y'all that it's the war on Christmas. But anywho, this is ridiculous. There's still a war on Black people every single season. And y'all talking about this war on Christmas for kids to get toys. We are buying toys. There's a war on people with y'all out here trying to have people go to work during the whole pandemic. Let me tell you something. This is what I was going to tie into it. You guys are so worried about this war on Christmas, kids getting toys, the America not having a shortage of people working. Have we ever thought that all of this has to do with the pandemic? People aren't working, so toys can't get delivered. If they're not being delivered, but which they are being delivered, because we see that how Amazon was working 79 jobs to get the stuff there in about 2 minutes after you ordered it. It is still possible. Stop playing with us. But we see that. Did anybody ever think that, dang, these jobs aren't filled not because people don't want to work? It's because people 700,000 people died of COVID-19, and they used to have those positions.
That's right.
Is it this war on Christmas that people are more, the parents are hospitalized with COVID-19, not able to buy their kids toys? People can't afford to buy their kids toys because those 2 checks that we got
wasn't enough.
Did nothing for us, and people are still homeless.
But you got to go buy some damn toys, Rebecca. You got to go buy toys, sis.
You got to be homeless. That's going to help America, and it's going to help do what? Is it going to help people come out of the hospital? Is it going to help bring people out of those graves?
No, it's going to help Coke.
Kids died too of COVID-19.
It's going to help your boy David Koch, or whichever one of them is still alive. This is literally, Rebecca, you killing this today, because it is honestly about the fact that they want us, even in the midst of people dying, 750,000 people dead, and a full-blown pandemic. They still want our last dollar. That's all this is about. That's all this is about.
It's just money. It will always be a capitalistic view, no matter what. It's going to be money over bodies. It's going to be period. Like, I need for you guys to go out and continue to buy this stuff. So all these companies that have the means to pay the media to make it seem like it's a true crisis for them not to make any money, they're going to utilize that. They're going to now remove what we know, to the joys of Christmas. For back when I used to be a little thing working at the mall, the joys of Christmas for white folks used to be paying the homeless, Merry Christmas, only on that day, in that season. And I used to watch it myself. Here, $5, Merry Christmas, buy food, because they felt like giving to people who didn't have was it. But now the people who have are saying that they don't have while they're sitting in their mansions. While they're sitting on their yachts, but they're saying that it's not technically a yacht, it's a little boat. And it's about God knows how much thousands of dollars. And
shout out to the Joe Manchin reference. Come on, sis.
And this is what I'm talking about. Like this, there is no war on Christmas. You go on Christmas how you Christmas. Some people they're not thinking about Christmas because they in the streets, they're living outside. Right. Some people have people who've passed away, so Christmas doesn't mean anything to them this year. You have to understand, like the rhetoric that are being put out. None of this is for us. None of this is for us. None of that news is for us. That's going to be for the people who can afford, and they're going to look at that like little.
Oh well, you're gonna have some, because good God-fearing black folks such as that we are, who don't have the opportunity to understand the nuance that you just gave. They put that up because they know there's a lot of folks like, wait a minute, don't mess with Christmas. Don't every single year.
There's some kind of robot. If they say the word war on Christmas, next thing you know, for those people who are overly saved, the Jesus Juniors, right? The superior saints, right? They're gonna be like, oh God, not Christ, not Christ, not. Oh no, they're trying to put the X on the Christ. Oh no, they all of that. Then they just really just like robotically run to the damn toy store, purchase the whole damn lane of toys.
The whole store.
It's just like, then they go drop it off and talking about I'm giving to the kids because they was trying to take out the Christ in Christmas and put an X.
I wish the people listening to the podcast could see your silly ass. What they do? Must worship Christ.
Buy the toys.
Must celebrate Christmas.
They want to remove Christ from Christmas.
Take my money.
Y'all is special as hell.
Give me COVID. I gotta show I'm a patriot. Speaking of, wow, man, we're in our bag today. David, do we have the clip of the guy from Prager University who said, "Give me COVID. I want to be a patriot." What do you say, Rebecca? They done cleared out the whole Toys R Us. They done bought all the toys in Toys R Us just so they could prove they good Christians.
Only to go drop it off. Look, must drop it off at the shelter. Must drop it off at the shelter.
Only during the holidays. Otherwise, they're going to walk right past it.
I told you. I used to work at JCPenney, right? As a young little thing.
I used to work at Sears.
Cashier at my JCPenney during the holidays. And I used to see what happened every time. A white, and it was, I'm telling you guys this, it was always a white folk. And it was in Palm Beach. So that area has a lot of rich white people. And they would come and they would shop and they would look at like maybe homeless people that probably weren't even homeless and be like, keep the change. They hold the door. Come on through. Happy holidays.
No. Merry Christmas. What you talking about?
Sorry. That's what it was at the time. Merry Christmas and God bless.
And a happy new year.
Here's some extra money. May God bless you.
Oh man, that is I'm done. What else we got? Oh no, we do have the clip. Okay, so we got the clip of Dennis Prager. He's from Prager University. And it's not it's PragerU. Got to be sure not to mess that up. They call themselves PragerU, even though they're not an actual university, because they need.
I'm like, who? I never heard of Prager.
Right. I'm like Prager.
Yeah.
Pragers? Prego? No?
Prego, Ragu University.
Okay. Ragu. Prego. Okay.
Well, I can't even do a real show with y'all. Well, this is him on the screen. This is Dennis Prager, and he's battling COVID-19, and he's such a good American patriot. He said he ran out into the storm, Rebecca, and caught COVID so that he could get COVID in the storm of the pandemic. He said he intentionally went out and caught COVID-19, and he looks like he's a walking comorbidity. Let's take a listen in to this man, Dennis Prager.
Okay, everybody, all good. I'm broadcasting from my home because I'm not going into the station as I have COVID. I was tested positive last week, and I have been steadily improving. At no point was I in danger of hospitalization. I have received monoclonal antibodies. That's Regeneron. I have, of course, for a year and a half, not years, been taking hydroxychloroquine from the beginning with zinc. I've taken Z-Pak, the
Let us know what
erythromycin.
Sir. Name them all.
As the Zelenko protocol would have it, I have taken ivermectin.
Ivermectin.
I have done what a person should do.
My God.
If one is not going to get vaccinated. It is infinitely preferable to have natural immunity than vaccine immunity. And that is what I hoped for the entire time. Hence, I so engaged with strangers, constantly hugging them, taking photos with them, knowing that I was making myself very susceptible to getting COVID, which is indeed, as bizarre as it sounded, what I wanted.
He has breathing problems right now.
He did.
In the hope that I would achieve natural immunity and be taken care of by therapeutics. That is exactly what has happened. It should have happened to the great majority of Americans. The number of deaths in this country owing to COVID is a scandal, which one day will be clear to Americans.
Did you see that sleight of hand at the end?
It was the beginning of the clip for me, y'all. That took me out.
You know,
he started talking. He's like, "Yeah."
Run the first 30 seconds again, David. Let the first 10 seconds. 10 seconds. It's early.
Everybody, all good. I'm broadcasting from my home. because I'm not going into the station.
And here go me. See, as much as I like to ride people out, but here go my behind. I feel bad. He's
It's
wrong.
his dumbass.
I
His
know, I
dumbass.
hear it. And he's
Oh
still
my
speaking,
gosh.
and he's still saying things that are still not even like helpful. He's still saying that it's a scandal. COVID-19 is a scandal. The pandemic is a scandal. Yet he's a part of a number that he's a part of people who have been affected gravely by listening to the terrible rhetoric. And you're literally telling us that you've utilized ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine,
Yeah.
whatever. And you telling us that you use these things which we know have not worked because you have COVID-19 and it's affecting every part of you. Maybe he had some pre-existing conditions already, but to see him like this really like other people have had all of these symptoms.
You are such a good person, Rebecca.
Couldn't breathe, but just to see somebody literally fighting for their lives and still telling us that what they're utilizing, like it's still a scandal. God forbid, but you may not be here
to
talk about this being a scandal.
Right. And don't understand and realize that y'all leading all this stuff and y'all still depending on the antibodies. So you're gonna go out there, just catch it, and then wait to build up antibodies. Then okay, cool, just die.
And you got to think about it this way. Go ahead, bro.
I was about to say, read the super chat real quick. An adverse reaction to Z-Pack and ivermectin is diarrhea. A man this full of BS should be on the toilet 24/7.
I agree. Somebody said hydroxy.
This man said, this man said, I'm injecting myself with horse dewormer, ivermectin. I'm using fish tank cleaner, hydroxychloroquine. But he also didn't, he also said he's getting the whatever, the antibodies, the treatments and stuff. He's getting treatments that most people are not going to be able to get access to because a lot of Americans, how many Americans don't even have insurance in the first place? They weren't going to the hospital before the pandemic. They're sure as hell not going during the pandemic unless they're like Prager there, who's like, because he wanted to intentionally get COVID-19. Rebecca, you're a good person because I have absolutely no sympathy for this man.
I am. If I see somebody, I hate to see it. I hate to see what COVID does to people because COVID is
to him. I don't know if I hate to see it. But I don't know if I hate to see what it does to him.
Maybe it's just the peopling in me. I don't like people much, but I don't want to see people die either. Now he's over here and he's still, but even in this moment where he doesn't know what his body is capable of doing and if it's going to be able to fight off anything. And, I don't know, but even in this moment, it's so sad that you are willing to fight and utilize and push this narrative that COVID-19 is a scandal, that the pandemic is a scandal. You are part of that number that may not make it, my guy.
And let me say this. I tell you one other thing. I guarantee you, he already got the vaccine. There's no way this man of his age. I was thinking the same
thing. I'm like, he may as well. He's probably vaccinated and he knows that he may make it through this, but he has to continue on to push this rhetoric because it pays him. If he knows he's gonna live and probably might live with one lung, that's all right for him because the money is more important.
David, I hate you, David, because he is pausing.
That COVID-19 ain't no joke, is it, Dennis? He follows me on Twitter. Let's tag him in this clip.
Really?
Doing, how's your oxygen levels this morning? I just want to check on you. Anyway, I digress.
Looking at honestly, 86% right now.
Is he alive right now? Can somebody do a wellness check on Dennis Prager? Did he die overnight? I'm sorry.
Damn, Ben. I ain't go that far, Rebecca.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Even I had to say, damn, Ben, I can't go there.
Ben be talking about dying every day. He is not. If you go on his social media, he's like, "Oh, dead already." I thought this person was being posted because he died, and it's usually somebody who was an anti-vaxxer or anti-masker.
Like, somebody died recently that was no, I'm gonna keep myself out of that argument. Rush Limbaugh. Like, let me jump to somebody we could all agree on. I celebrated when that man died. I'm sorry. When you have When you have positioned yourself, you were there. Did we have a party? I probably did throw a party, James.
I think it was a patron party.
The Rush is Dead patron party, 2020. But when you see people, man, who take all their wealth and all their energy and make an investment into getting other people killed, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna cry, bat a tear if he end up getting carried away by those Nigerian pallbearers. Don't shed no tears.
No, I'm not gonna cry.
Let me find out y'all just did an African version of Not Gonna Cry, because Ben had the African beat him over there, Rebecca singing like, damn, that sound kind of good though.
No, I'm not gonna cry. Who sing that song again?
Mary.
Oh, yes, it is Mary. Yeah, so we're not gonna cry, right? We're not doing that. We're not gonna shed any tears, but
not for everyone else. Like, by all means, you know me. I'm as empathetic as you are, Rebecca. But for these propagandists, man,
they don't give two damns nowadays. I don't know how y'all get him into this person. He really be like, man,
I'm a whole different person now, Rebecca. I'm a whole different person. I had to move. This dude brought the smallest little moving truck I've ever seen in my life. I could get like 3 things on there, and I end up having to go get a U-Haul and move my whole damn family myself.
They was probably pacing the floor like, this really don't.
I said I wish this mother
truck the size of my daughter's.
Trying to patronize black people. No.
Here they go.
Here they go.
Now I gotta go out and get some white folks.
Atlanta, I already know who you got, and they probably did like, bro, you about to move what with that?
And then he told me he was done for the day. I said, what?
Ben was mad.
Ben was mad.
I said, what? You done for the day? I still had 80 dozen boxes in my house. And this man said, I'm done for the day.
Listen,
man, I rented a U-Haul, and that man, I went outside. Y'all should have seen me.
Do it yourself. It'd be like, see, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself.
Do it yourself. That's what my daddy taught me. Listen, I went outside 4 o'clock in the morning. I started stretching. Y'all would have thought I was like Black Buddha out there stretching and doing it. Man, I got that U-Haul. I started throwing boxes and stuff. I said, I'm gonna get it done. And we got it done. So that's why today, Rebecca, and forevermore, I ain't got time for these fools, man. I ain't suffering no fools. No. If Dennis Prager goes the way of the dinosaurs, cool.
Damn.
If CarMax is set on, I'm just kidding. If CarMax continues to bring people into it,
we're gonna have to buy them out.
Listen,
send up some super chats so we can buy out.
Who wants to? Because at the end of the day, I got to get to work after this show. And that's why I get my sister being fearful of not being able to have her job. I fight every day for I fight every day for the people at my job and for their freedoms and for their rights. And when it comes to my family, I will do the same. But the same way that I'm afraid that if I were to lose my corporate job, I wouldn't be able to live. I know I wouldn't be able to live. I wouldn't be able to even have a place where I'm able to do this show. I wouldn't. So that's why I got to keep it light, even though I want to fight right here on this show. But just know I'm fighting when I'm out there in them corporate streets when they trying to talk to me crazy. Yesterday they tried to have a meeting with me and I had to set them straight. I had to lay down the law. I had to let them know, listen, employees should not be treated in such and such way. How, Rebecca? Well, I'm going to let you know. Back in the month of X, Y, and Z, this is what you guys did, and this is what it was, and this is all of these. Where at all does it tell us that this is against the protocol for Bank of America? Where at all does it tell us that we cannot go?
Yeah, right. I know what you're saying. Keep going, Rebecca. Yeah.
No, that's all right. Y'all send me some cash apps. Because I may be without a job after this.
Shit. I mean, shoot.
You can't take us off the air.
It's
falling apart. It's all falling apart. James, introduce this last clip before Rebecca gets fired on her day off.
Yes, because Rebecca, right? Because I can't say nothing because
I can't help you yet. Listen, we only got about 1,000 patrons.
That I'm not like I'm so ready to quit this goddamn job. I don't know what to do.
That's all right.
Help me.
Lord, I seen you do it for other people. I mean, people out here selling sweatshirts ain't got nothing on them. Go ahead, David.
Okay. Yes. So this last clip, Ben, is one of our Cookman alumni as well, too, marched in the band with me. And David, I just let you play that clip so you some of her
Hell
beautiful
Wildcats,
work that
baby.
she's done. Hell Wildcats. Love you, Rebecca. Mean it.
What you say? Look at that.
Just wait for it.
Okay, because I'm waiting.
Ah, man. Come on, somebody. Can I get a piece?
Okay, exactly. That's our sister
Okay, y'all,
Sky
y'all drugged me
Confections.
through all of that.
Oh, wait, Rebecca. God dang, let me
Okay.
finish, girl, because I'm trying to plug
Okay.
this girl so she can get some business. God damn. You be so goddamn quick to cut somebody else. Shit, nah. We ain't talking about your little school on the hill and they little punk ass homecoming. Now give me 5 seconds to talk about my homegirl and her cake making business. Is you cool? Is we ready? Can we move on?
Okay. You got it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sky Confections on Instagram. Y'all check her out, y'all. She does some fantastic cakes. Everything, y'all, that tastes delicious. Just like you said, she made a whole replica of one of the buildings that's on our campus, Whitehall, which is one of our famous buildings that's on campus. She made a whole replica of that, a cake replica of the building. So please go out support Sky Confections. Y'all order a cake. She does classes as well too. She does a damn thing with these cakes.
That's amazing, man.
And she's here in Atlanta as well too, but she ships nationwide.
No, I want her to do a German chocolate cake for me. Can she do like faces? Can she do like a cake of Ron DeSantis's face? Can she do that? Because I want to, or Greg Abbott. You know what I mean? As a God,
she probably can. Look,
if she can, I would really like to like smash some cake and eat it in real life. Anyway, Rebecca, setting my sociopathy aside, I'm sure y'all got somebody at FAMU who could do the same thing somewhere.
Is this a graduate of Bethune-Cookman College?
Yeah.
Look at y'all. Y'all don't even know y'all school name.
I heard you say college. She graduated.
So
she graduated when it was college. We heard you.
She graduated when it was actually when it was university.
She
graduated actually when it was university.
That's all right. And the fact that you guys care so much for people who've graduated from your alma mater and their gifts. This is a good gift. And I will say, what's her at again on social media?
Sky Confections. SKYECONFECTION. Sky Confections.
What kind of cake is that? That's like vanilla with chocolate in it. What was that? That looks good.
It was okay. So the cake looks good. That's not the issue here. The cake looks great. The cake is beautiful. It shows that she is effortlessly very detail oriented and that at least it's beautiful, right? But here I will say you had me wait a long stretch. I thought that the cake was about to open up and there was going to be something inside of that cake, which is the cake looks good. It actually looked like
the school. It looks like the building.
What the building inside of it looked like inside that cake as well. Not sure, but I just didn't like that you had me stretch out for all of that time.
Oh,
just
Lord.
Be a cake. I ain't like that. But that's what people from BCU do.
You know where Rebecca?
No, that's what people from FAMU do. Let's talk about you, girl. You going in and get on whole time ready to talk about FAMU. Days and 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 days. So you gonna sit there for your little 1 minute and wait and get drugged like you dragged us. So, girl, you will be okay.
Shout out to BCU though.
I'm so glad I got James on the show now because
BCU though, formerly BCC, but for this girl,
I could never go at Rebecca like that without she and I were like, me and Rebecca be like, we sister brother, we be ready to fight when we get disagreed on air.
No, because Ben face always be like, I want to fight you. Bubba be like, okay, let me smile after this so I can show her that this, let's kiki a little bit. Ben will stay
you're right. That's a big difference.
I'd
be like, I'd be taking off my glasses like, y'all gonna do this now live on air? Y'all gonna act like this live on air? Really? That's what we doing today?
That's what you do. That's how I do for real. Just sitting there like, bro, you okay? You good? Okay.
God has delivered.
Then
I
he'll
have been
listen to you
set
talk,
free.
and then he'll let this long pause after you spoke come through and be like, "Yeah." Well, yeah.
I can't.
I hate you, Rebecca.
James, because I need a break. I got to get up. I can't sit down that long. I got to keep my lower back in shape in case I don't get good movers in Atlanta for next week. So I'm going to go outside and stretch for about 5 minutes. We're going to go to the after party, patreon.com/like it or
Shout out
not.
to BCC.
Rebecca.
I love that school.
Right, Rebecca.
Yes.
You heard him right.
I'm going to go outside and stretch.
But you. All right.
Girl, the music playing. I'm just waiting for them to bring the channel in.
I'm going to go stretch. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Let me go get something to eat real quick.
Hey, y'all. Man, screw both of y'all. How the hell? I can't even go away and get nothing. I gotta stay my ass right here in the seat. What do y'all bring me? A juice box, a plate, or something. Cash at me a couple of dollars so I can go get something to eat or something. Oh man, I just figured out what time it was. Dang, it's 10:03, y'all. After party is starting. Thank y'all for tuning in today. And if you have not already, patreon.com/likeitnornot, patreon.com/likeitnornot, or patreon.com/the BPD show. Make sure you get access and don't forget Halloween party. Our next patron party, October 29th. Patron party, October 29th. It is going to be our costume party. You don't want to miss it. Go ahead, join it today. Patreon.com/likeitnornot or patreon.com/the BPD show. Thank y'all again so much for tuning in and coming today. Good ass show today. After party coming up next. Y'all go ahead and get over there. Stay tuned. We'll see y'all tomorrow if we don't see you there. Peace.
Got you wondering why you come around. All you get is cold shoulder. Yeah. You try so hard.
Oh, this so yes, the gospel will be in full.
You try so hard, hoping that one day something gon' change. You try so hard, yeah. You try so hard.